Passives. Passives are used whenever an action is more important than the agent, for example, in reporting the news or scientific experiments. A woman has been arrested for the abduction of baby Emily Smith. The object of the active verb becomes the subject of the passive sentence, and the verb be is used in the correct tense with the relevant verb. By plus the agent is used only if it contributes important information. Coastal buildings have been damaged by gales. Intransitive verbs, e.g. arrive, cannot become passive because they have no object. Certain other verbs, e.g. let, fit, lack, resemble, suit, become passive. After modal verbs, passive infinitives are used, see Unit 7. He ought to be arrested. You might have been killed. Passive-ing forms are possible. She likes being driven to work. Having been fed, the dog went to sleep. An ingenious device like a bed of nails, which was originally used by the great Carthaginian general Hannibal to restrain his elephants, is currently being put to a similar use in parts of Britain. It is known as the Stinger, and recently it has been successfully deployed in Greater Manchester and the Midlands. When a joyrider in a stolen vehicle is case, the Stinger can be laid out on the road in front of the speeding driver, bringing the car to an abrupt halt. Last week a car chase in Bolton, which had lasted 90 minutes, was ended in 30 seconds, when the fugitive's tires punctured by the Stinger. It is hoped that this device will save police time and enable more joyriders to be caught in the length of dangerous high-speed chases. A recent front-page story in the British press revealed a truly sensational musical discovery: 6 Haydn piano sonatas had been found in Germany. Apparently, the long-lost sonatas were discovered by a German music teacher in the home of an elderly lady. Strangely enough, the manuscripts, which were to have been pronounced genuine by several eminents, were not made available in their original form, so no scientific tests could be carried out in order to verify their authenticity. The musical world was thrown into a state of great excitement by this news. Preparations were made for a prestigious recording of the sonatas, and an authoritative article was published in the BBC's music magazine. Since then, however, a note of doubt has crept in, and experts now say that unless the originals are handed over very soon, the manuscripts must be regarded as a forgery, albeit a very clever one.
Many verbs, like give, award, lend, can have 2 objects. When putting these verbs into the passive, it is more usual to make the person object, rather than the thing object, the subject of the passive verb. I was given back my change. Not my change was given back to me. Passive constructions are often used say, believe, and know. It plus passive plus that clause. It is said that 3 people died in the accident. It was once believed that the earth was completely flat. Subject plus passive plus to plus infinitive. 3 people are said to have died in the accident. The earth was once believed to be. Sometimes there are 2 passive constructions in the same sentence. It is known that York was invaded by the Vikings. York is known to have been invaded by the Vikings. Other verbs which are used in this way include consider, think, understand, report, allege, expect, fear, claim, and verb be rumored only exists in the passive form. If phrasal verbs or verbs with prepositions become part of a passive sentence, they must not lose their particle. The child was extremely well looked after. Tax increases are expected to be announced in tomorrow's budget statement. Inner-city crime rates are understood to be going up in most areas. The rock star's wife is said to have had at least 2 facelifts. 9 crew members are feared to have been lost overboard in the storm. Ralph's speech was considered thought the best. It cannot be denied is true is undeniable that certain mistakes were made in the early stages. A man cannot be denied is true is undeniable that certain mistakes were police with their inquiries. It was alleged that the accused had committed